What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's episode 121 of the Dadbod Golf Pod. It's been a week of firsts. This is the first Friendship Friday of the new year.
Oh, yeah.
This episode's brought to you by Betonline.ag, where the game starts. We have they're awesome. They got a new desktop, new mobile website. Check them out. They got a 50% welcome bonus right now. Our guest is going to be fired up to hear this. Use coupon code BLEAV, BLEAV. You give them $100, they're going to give you 50 back to play with for free. You got the college playoff championship coming up soon. A lot of basketball. Bet online where the game starts.
If you want to hit that blackjack table at 2 p.m. and make up for your losses from the previous night of all those bowl games that y'all saw LSU just absolutely get smoked. You got to step up to the table, get that money back the next day.
Absolutely. Well, guys, today we have, I got to say, of all the guests we've ever had, nobody has ever done their homework like the guy that we have on today, former Auburn golf star and current, is it Latin America Tour? Tour pro. Graysen Huff is ready to absolutely get into a slugfest. What's up, Graysen?
I don't know. Slugfest might be you. I don't know. I don't know if I can keep up with that, but yeah,
ready to go. So we talked several months ago, and we finally nailed down a time. And you said that you listened to like 14 hours of stuff. So I'm sure a part of that stuff you listened to was a lot of the interviews with your former teammates. So
your soul is gone now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. You'll never get that time back.
You also are getting to see how dumb amateurs are when we start talking about golf. So you got that going for you too.
Absolutely. I want you said that you wanted to clarify some stuff on some of the teammates that we've had on. So I'm just going to kind of open the floor to you. You said for 100% sure, 100% fact, Andrew Kozan could possibly have a blackjack problem.
Could true possibly have blackjack problem.
True.
Could. True. 100%. However, if he keeps playing the way he's playing, I mean, some of us should just go invest in his blackjack game, because then he'll be on tour winning majors.
Exactly.
So you're talking about blackjack and not playing the way he's playing on the golf course. You talking?
No, I'm saying like, if he said in his podcast, said in his podcast that he went out and played blackjack the night before he played, he'd play really well. Yep. So what I'm saying is, if we just keep feeding him on the table,
yes,
he keeps going, and then all of a sudden we all have Masters tickets. That's the way I look at it.
I'm with you. We need to get him this. We need to get into that Believe coupon code. Keep it rolling. Another one of the things that we talked about, so that was obviously Andrew was a great guest. Wells Paget was a good guest as well, one of your teammates. And you, I think the quote was, you want to putt just like Wells Paget.
Always want to putt like Wells. Wells was the one guy that, he'd hit a few golf balls, he'd practice, he'd do everything, and then like, if he got bored, he'd just kind of hang out around the putting green with a putter, and he'd be like, "Hey, you want to go putt like 9 holes?" And it's like, "No, I don't want to lose. I don't want to go play with you."
Yeah.
And he'd make everything. And then like, it's funny because I watched that video of him making that putt at SECs, and I wasn't there. I was with family in Vegas, and they won. They won the semifinals, and then they come back for the final championship. And I looked at my dad and I said, if it's close, I'm getting on a plane and I'm flying home to like Auburn. So they made the turn and they were like kind of close. And I'm like, I'm booking a plane. I'm getting there. I landed in Atlanta and they were just getting back, like driving back from after winning. So I was on the plane, like watching them play. And then I landed in Atlanta and just got in the truck and drove as fast as I could within reason, straight to Auburn, parked downtown, and went straight to Toomer's. And that's where they're rolling the trees.
Yeah.
And if you look at the team photo, everybody has a shirt on except for me. And you can just see my head. And I'm in like the back corner. And that's because I literally showed up right then and there.
That's amazing.
Like, just ran up and jumped up there and was like, "Hey guys," and it was awesome. But yeah, But Wells is like, he's made so many putts like that where he just hits the putt, and then it's exactly like that meme of Tiger when he made that putt, and I think it was maybe the President's Cup.
Yeah.
He it like hits and then he turns around and shakes his hand. Wells could do that. I mean,
it gets quicker and longer each time. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. I think Wells, Kevin Na, and Tiger would be an incredible putting like group to just watch, because I think they'd be walking them in, like looking at each other while the putt's halfway there. I mean, it'd be awesome.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So when you said like go putt for 9 holes, and this is like y'all have your putting matches. What does that mean?
Yeah.
How define how that works? Because I may want to take some of these guys out there for 9 holes.
It would just be like,
bring it on.
Yeah, like really. The four of us walk out there to AU Club. We drop balls on the green, and we just first person, Ben picks a hole, and then first person putts. We go in an order, and we just keep rotating, and you play 9 holes, and it's the person with the most like makes, or you could play match play, or it just that kind of thing. But most of the time we'll play 9 holes, and you just have like, if you have a bet, you play 9 and then you would finish and play another 9. We had one where it was like 4 guys would play and you would putt, and then whoever had the most makes after 9 holes, like each make was a dollar amount, or whatever, and whoever had the most obviously won the most, and whoever missed all of it lost the most. So
nice.
But yeah, it's about all you do on a putting green really, is talk, shoot the shit and putt.
There you go. Or if it's raining, you jump up on the awning.
Here we go with this.
Yeah. Little bounces.
Yes.
You caught us doing that one day, I think.
Or you take a nap on those rocking chairs, because I've done that about 300 times.
Oh, so. Yes. Rocking chairs are elite. They're
when you're
elite.
a cart guy, you can't nap so publicly, so you just go find a cart and curl up in it. But I mean, I get the sentiment.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've known some guys to lose some ungodly amount of money bouncing golf balls in the rain. You involve a couple of vodka Red Bulls, and all of a sudden somebody lost their mortgage payment bouncing golf balls.
They start going to $25 to $50 makes. Yeah, absolutely.
$300 makes.
$300. Yeah, no thank you. I can't get off 5. That's all I got.
Yeah,
you get nervous at 5.
Exactly. So you guys, I want to get off of Auburn here in just a little bit, but you do have some cool opportunities being a part of the Auburn University golf team. One of the things is you get to play Augusta. Is it once a year, or how often do you get to play?
So we were very fortunate. Nick did a great job with this, but he always was able to meet people and just get us the ability to go play. I was thinking about it just with some of the questions you guys asked leading up to this, but just kind of some of the things that we've been able to do at Auburn. And one of those was the Augusta trip, and we were able to have a couple of donors that were members out there, and they could take us out and we could go play. So we played the upperclassmen every year, would get to go, and then you only got 2 opportunities to go. So if you were went 5 years, you could go twice in that 5 years as an upperclassman. But I mean, it was just a lot of fun, and every year was a little bit different, because you just had a little bit different group of guys. And normally we'd get in the van and we'd drive over there, and we'd go and we'd basically maybe stay the night and then play in the morning, and we'd eat out there and just kind of spend the whole day. And one year they took us around and showed us like the media pavilion, the tour drive, the tournament driving range, kind of got the behind the scenes kind of look. You never really get the behind the scenes at Augusta. They know exactly where you are the whole time, but
exactly.
But yeah, no, it was awesome. It was pretty phenomenal. So we were very blessed for that.
Do you feel like you were, the first time you played it, was it sort of, I don't know, I kind of feel like it would be overwhelming. Like I wouldn't be able to draw the club back off the first tee. Like how long does it take? Do you get settled in? Did you play better the second time? Like how does that whole thing work?
Yeah, I actually played better the first time.
Really?
Yeah, I shot 2 over with a double on 18.
Oh wow.
So that was not the best 18th hole. But I honestly, I tell people this is like, I'm not a huge history golf junkie. Like I don't know a ton of history with golf. I know a little bit. And obviously it's Augusta, it's the Masters. So you're driving in on Magnolia Lane and everybody's, freaking out. We got the Augusta song, the theme song blaring in the van. But cool. It like that stuff's pretty surreal. But honestly, like being there and we were hitting balls on the member range and kind of warming up, and I just it hadn't sunk in yet. And then basically we turned around the clubhouse, got right back there by number one tee box, 18 green. And like, I walked up and stood there for a second, and then it all just kind of hit me.
Yeah.
And I kind of I was with one of the members and I was like, do you mind if I just get a chair and just sit here for the rest of the day? Like, I don't need to play. Like, I just kind of want to just look.
Just absorb it.
Yeah. Cause you just sit there and you just kind of like, it just kind of pops in your head, random stuff. And then fortunately, the last time I played, because of the way it was going with everything, we've got to play. I don't know the exact date and I could probably find it, but we got to play before they had the Masters. So They were actually, some of the scoreboards and some of the thing like the TV tents and stuff were up. So I have some, and we're not allowed to send them or do anything with them, but I have some photos that our member took of us while we were out there. And like, I've got one of me on, I think it's like 14. I think it's 14, and there's a scoreboard behind the tee box. So it's like me hitting and the scoreboard's there with like no names on it. So it's pretty cool. Like when we were out there seeing all that, that was one of those ones that was awesome.
Had you ever been to Augusta before you went and played?
Never been to Augusta, never been to the Masters. I'd only watched it. I mean, I'm from Idaho, so like going to Augusta was not like a weekend trip. It was like you would have to plan it.
Have you been yet? Have you only played Augusta, never been to the Masters?
Never been to the Masters.
Holy cow. How many people can say that? That's wild.
Which is kind of weird. Because I've thought the same thing too. So
biggest difference that you noticed from television to when you finally got out there? What were some of the biggest differences?
When you're out there, it's the little details. Like they had on the trees, they have a metal bracket that's like, like diagonal kind of thing. And it's basically brown, like tree color. And it's for where the sprinklers go. So it doesn't wear down the tree. It just hits the metal, but they've zoned it in. So it almost looks like bark. But it's like
I've never heard of that. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Like you would never think about that. The behind number 11 tee, there's a bathroom, but it's like a players only bathroom for during the tournament. But of course, all of us had to go to the bathroom on that hole. Like we just had to because we're like, Tiger's been here, like
exactly.
We got to go use that urinal. But
you were Tiger feet.
Yeah.
Why not?
But it's hidden, like it's way in the magnolias, like you can't see it. And it's just stuff like that you just like, you're like, they do all the little things so incredibly
like Disney
well
World
there. Yeah. It's Disney World for grown adult men that like golf.
Isn't there another hidden one? There's another hidden bathroom by like, it's like 5 or something like that.
Yeah. There's like 3 or 4 of them that if you don't know where you're looking, you won't see it. It's crazy. And then I think, what's that downhill par 3 on the front?
6.
It's like 6. It's the one where you can like hit over spectators. They're like there.
That's 6.
That's 6. I think.
Yeah.
I didn't realize like how steep that bank is, but if someone's sitting there, you would never know that they're there. And then you hit, and then we started walking, and you're just like, wow, during the Masters, there probably could be 1,000 people sitting right there, and like if you chunked one, it's coming right down in his drink. It's like
you don't want to cold top one off of that tee box.
That's but you would never know they were there. Like that's the kind of crazy thing. So
that's great. And you never notice that watching it on television either. Nate, what you got?
I didn't know that there's a tournament range and a members range. I've only been once, but I would have never known. I would have figured the tournament range was the same thing.
I think the member told us that they use it for parking or something during the tournament.
Oh, the member range. Gotcha.
The member range. The tournament range is like the one with the TrackMan setups and,
Yeah.
like the TV and the grandstands, like
The bleachers.
the short game course that's, on Unreal. It looks like AstroTurf, like all of that's out there. But then the members one is like, if you pushed it and hit a little slice off the tee, you would hit it on Magnolia Lane. Like that's where the member range is.
Oh wow.
Okay, gotcha. Oh,
I was telling the guys when I went, the thing that stuck out in my mind, and TV didn't do it justice. The greens were way smaller than I thought they were, and that was the shocking part. And so I haven't played it, so I didn't know if that was something that kind of hits you when you get up there, since you had not played it. You television, like the first couple of greens you hit into, you're like, holy smokes, this is like hitting into a 10 by 10 green every single time.
Yeah, or like number 13, that par 5, the dogleg left. So if you hit a good tee shot there, you can go through the fairway into the rough, right? And then, there's some great shots out of the pine straw and the rough and everything, but everybody always goes, why don't you lay up? Well, I laid up, and you have like a 60-yard wedge shot on a downhill slope that's like this to a green that's sloped kind of like away from you, and the pin's right here and the water's right here. So like you can't, the guys that hit shots from there, if I go back and watch the Masters now and I watch a guy hit a shot from somewhere that I kind of know where they are at on the course, it brings a whole new meaning to that shot, because you just don't realize how hard that shot was until you're standing there. And that's the same with like, they always talk about how TV doesn't do it justice with the elevation change.
Right.
It's the same thing. You get out there and some of those tees and the way it moves, you're like, I mean, this is way uphill or downhill. And, for the tournament, it just looks like it's flat, basically.
That's amazing.
Wild.
I will say, of the people that have played it, that this is like the most detailed, most we've gotten from it. So it makes you feel like you've almost been there. So
brackets on the bark.
That's just
the metal plates on the trees to keep the water from knocking the bark off. I'm like, what? Of course, I remember one of the first things that got told to me, because the members, when you go in, they welcome you in. The guys in green jackets will welcome you in if you go to a Masters. And one guy just randomly walks up to it. He says, now let me know how many pine cones you count today. And I was like, what the hell is he talking about? And then I got out there.
Not going to be any.
And you didn't see it. Like, that's the thing. They got people walking around picking them up.
Well, and like, how at AU Club, the pine straw is like, it's there, but it's not like nicely patted down and kind of like in order.
It's actually fallen from the tree.
Yes.
Sub Jimmy.
The ones at Augusta, like we're walking through the pine straw, and our caddies that are with us are like, yeah, just tear it up and like make you dig your feet in really far, because they'll tell you like when you're hitting it off the pine straw there's so much pine straw that you actually have to dig into it like a bunker in order so your feet don't slip. But like, that's the little details that they do out there, is they just make sure that everything is just like
so perfect.
Yeah. You could probably lay down on that pine straw and it's like a feather bed. You just kind of.
That's awesome.
That's sick. All right. So let's have some fun now. So you specific, that was fun.
We're done talking about serious crap now.
That was fun. We're about to really mix it up. You specifically requested some would you rather scenarios. So we're going to give you you went through a lot of them, and we've got some that we've wanted to throw at you. So we're just going to go around the horn and just go and just have some fun. Take it as long as it takes. So
all right,
Nate, you've been quiet. I'm going to let you have the first one. So Nate,
this one,
you're the author of Would You Rather Wednesdays. So hit him with one.
I tried to come up with something sort of diabolical just for you, that wouldn't really apply to us as just average Joes. So here's the scenario for you. Okay. You can, this is you playing a tournament, any regular tour event that you're in. You can have all the normal arrangements. You can stay in a hotel, you can fly to the tournament, you can do all the things that would give you the most chance of success as far as preparation, good places to eat, good places to sleep. Or you can literally drive to the tournament. Let's say it's a minimum of 10-hour drive. You sleep in your car. Everything happens out of your car. Okay. You got to go through drive-throughs. you're sleeping in your car, you're changing clothes in your car. I mean, it's just, you're just living out of your car that weekend. But you start off Thursday morning 5 shots ahead of everybody. But you're literally going to sleep in your car and not leave your car outside of practicing and playing the entire weekend. Is it worth it?
For 5 shots?
5. I mean, you start off 5 under on Thursday morning.
I mean, 5 shots sounds pretty nice.
I just don't know if you give back the 5 and more with such poor conditions. That's what I want. That's what I was curious about.
Gonna have to pull a Tiger's dad's line and say, I'm not going to give up the lead and just take the 5 shots and go for it.
Yeah. Pedal to the metal, pedal to the metal. Love it.
Yeah, no, I think it's funny though, because I've basically almost done both of those now with playing in mini tour golf and a little bit of professional. So, but yeah, I'll take the 5 shots. Will give me the most chance of success, even though I might
figure the rest out.
Maybe I'll pull a John Daly and just drive in a motorhome. Does that count as a car?
Oh, so this is some real Ben stuff right
that's
here.
Some Ben stuff right
No, you're in a Toyota Corolla, bud.
Okay. As long as it's not a smart car.
Yeah, you don't get to change the rules when Nate. Like I try to give different. Nate gives us scenarios.
Pull
like
John Daly and just being a badass $500,000 motorhome.
Exactly.
got a $500,000 motorhome with one of those chandeliers in it. Yeah, that'd be fine. I'll do drive-throughs with that. That's cool.
So you're taking McDonald's every night and sleeping in the car with 5-shot lead.
It'd probably be Taco Bell and Chick-fil-A. Those are
Those
are good combos.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ben.
It's gotta be tough to go to Idaho and no Chick-fil-A. That's got to be tough.
Hey, we have one. We have some. Yeah. We got them in high school. So when I was in high school. So
that's big. Awesome. That's big.
They have Waffle House out there?
No.
Not Waffle House South, man.
We have In-N-Out Burger though. So
In-N-Out's pretty good. I've had it. It's not bad.
All right, I won't.
No Popeye. Well, Popeye's no Raising Cane's.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we don't have Raising Cane's here in Auburn. These South Alabama
have.
boys might be big on that, but I'm a Guthrie's man.
No, we didn't. I didn't have a Raising Cane. Kyle, you never had a Raising Cane's.
There's one in Mobile. I think there's some like Mobile.
Yeah,
like
I'm kind of a Fusackley guy. So
there's some serious bang for your buck with Fusackley.
Yeah,
you get a deal at Fusackley, and those bacon cheese fries. Let's go.
Any of those
1,000 sauces, 1,000 sauces.
And I don't know what they put in that Arnold Palmer that they make, but I'm pretty sure
Arnie Palmies
lemonade and sweet tea.
Straight sugar.
I'm pretty sure it's cracked. They've probably laced it with that. You like down the first one and you like want a second one immediately. It's
exactly.
It's because you're so thirsty because it's so
yes.
All right, Ben, hit him with yours.
This is a golf question because me and Nate, well, at least me, short hitters all the time. So we're always talking about it. Do you take 50 extra yards off the tee? Or are you making everything inside of Nate gave us 8 feet. I'm giving you, since you're more advanced, I'm giving you anything inside of 4.5 feet. 50 extra yards or everything inside of 5 feet.
So I'd take the 50 extra yards. Now, if you gave me everything inside of 8 feet, I'd probably take 8 feet.
Yeah.
He knows the original question.
Yeah.
He listened.
Yeah, we did with us it's 8 feet, but I figured just about anybody. I mean, we were talking about it. That'd give you an opportunity as a pro. I mean, crap, you can make a run at everything for birdie. Because I mean, if you run it 8 feet by, you gotta pick it up. It's automatic giving.
Yeah, and just in my game, because you guys don't play a lot with me, but like I'm pretty good with a driver. So like one of your guys is would you rather, or one of your questions was like, what's your safest club all distance, and then like you have to hit it over this distance and you get like 200,000 or whatever.
That's fun, yeah.
I carry my driver at 285. So that would be my number. And I would hit driver because I feel comfortable with it. And so like, yeah, I might miss, but like, I don't think that I'm going to miss, or at least that, as cocky as that sounds, like that's
I told Nate the same thing. Cause he was like, you wouldn't do that. He's like, why would you do that? I was like, I just feel comfortable doing that off the tee. I just feel comfortable that it's going to go fairly straight every single time.
Now, if you gave me like a 6-foot slider that breaks 2 feet and you're like, you got to hit it and then walk it in like Wells, I'd be like, no, I'd give the putter to Wells and I'd be like, you can putt this.
What if it was everything inside of 8 feet or 75 yards? Does a 75 entice you more than 8 feet? Yeah.
No, because at 285 plus 50, quick math is 335. So like, that's another 25. So that's like 350 or something like that.
360. Yeah.
Yeah. I
don't need it.
No, I just feel like that's like Kyle Berkshire long. Like, I don't know if
thank you so much for saying that. And
I don't know if that
stays
awesome. Stays on the planet.
There you go.
I don't know where it goes.
Being in play is a big deal. Big deal.
Yeah, that's what Kyle and one of ours, and I hope I'm not taking Kyle's here, but that was one of the things that we talked about on Would You Rather. You know, do you take a drive that you can just drop out there at 300 on every hole? It's like, yeah, I do, because I mean, I'm never going to hit the ball 300 yards. So yeah, being in play and then take my chances with, because that, especially every course around here, 300 yards, it's going to be a wedge from there, no matter what tees you're playing from. So
and I know some people that would argue the other way, as long as it's in play and like over 300, your odds go down. But in play means it could be in the trees. But it's just kind of, I don't know. It goes back and forth. I think you got to keep it in play, but you got to hit fairways and greens. So if you're in the trees and you have no shot at hitting a green, it doesn't matter if you hit it 400 yards. If you're chipping out sideways, you're still chipping on in 3.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. Sure. All right. So mine is pretty boring compared to that. So I'm going to go, but I'm just generally curious about this. If you, when you get to the big tour and excluding majors, if you could pick one tournament that you wanted to win, excluding majors, and I'm going to say players too, excluding the players, what would it be?
Now, I can't name names, but all of my teammates that if they watch this, they would all be really mad at you, because there's a lot of guys on the team that say that they would win the players over winning any major ever. Like if you would win the players, but no majors.
Yep. Name names. Let's call these guys out.
Yeah.
What the hell?
No, I can't.
I agree too, because that's based strictly off of like world ranking and stuff like that. And then like Masters is like invitational, past winners, amateurs, all this stuff.
Some of the guys have even said like it would be like US Open #1, then it would probably be like Masters, and then the British Open, and then the PGA. But some of them have even taken the players and put it almost above the British Open.
Wow.
And then
I think even Bubba Watson said that. He was like, I hate playing over there.
Yeah.
He's got 2 majors. So
I know.
And the Masters is arguably one of the weaker fields out of the 4, just because of all the old winners, but it's the most prestigious. So I don't know. It goes both ways. I thought about that and I really don't know. My Ben answer is all of them. And I know you said I can't say that.
But you also can't say Century Tournament of Champions.
They give me crap for that you can't win that. And they're like, because you got to qualify. And I was like, well,
can I do the Bahamas tournament, the Tigers tournament? That's like 30 players. Does that count?
That also, because that's
invitational.
Yeah,
it is.
I think on a normal PGA Tour schedule, though, I think like the Wells Fargo at Quail Hollow would be cool.
That would be awesome.
Be pretty dope.
Maybe Torrey, just because it's Torrey.
The farmers.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know. I'm kind of weird. So like, I would love to win like a Scottish Open or a British Open. The guys always made fun of me because I like European players. So
I do too.
Yeah. Maybe the Fortnite Championship.
Yeah. 3M. The 3M.
The Buttersworth Classic.
The Napa Open would be fun because I think they give you a little bottle of wine or like a barrel of wine if you win. So that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be sweet. That thing wouldn't make it to the plane.
No.
I think you would save that as like like have your guests over and be like, yeah, you want to sip of my like tournament wine? Then
that's good. I'm not as refined as you.
So. Would you like some tournament wine?
Hey, do you want to taste a winner? Here you go.
No, it's wine. It's wine.
Exactly.
It's wine.
Yeah. I said winner.
Yeah, I said winner. Do you want to taste winner? You pervert.
All right, Nate, hit him with another one.
I didn't have another one. I only had the one.
Yeah, we thought you were just going around the horn just once with us, and then you.
Okay,
let's keep going.
Hang on, let me think about one something. Okay. Here's one that we did. You've got a 5-footer that's perfectly flat, just straight up 5 feet, every time you make it, I don't remember what the dollar amount was that we said. I think it's 5,000.
Yeah.
5,000 every time you make it. You can walk away whenever,
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're done. But as soon as you miss one, boom, done, zero money. How many do you putt before you just stop and say no more? It's unlimited. You can putt 100 if you want.
I think competitive me would just keep putting until I missed. So
you just guarantee yourself not to make any money.
Probably because it'd be like, why not just hit one more? You've already made 5 in a row. You can make 6,
Yeah.
But then also I think the most that I've ever made 5-footers in a row was like 50. So
that's a good.
But that's also no money on the line, and I was just practicing, and like there's nothing. So I've missed like a tap in and qualifying in front of coach before. So there's no guarantees that I make more than like 4.
Nice. Okay. Ben, you got another one? He's just a machine. He's just a machine.
No.
Well, we got it. I wanted to pull one off of whenever we were going back and forth on, you were sending us some Twitter messages. We're going back. So I got to get you to expand on this because unlimited cart tab.
Oh yeah.
Or Pro V1s for life.
No. Card tab. Beer tab. Always. No,
I've got one.
You don't even have to get beer. Like, just think about this. You could get Gatorades, you could get sandwiches, you could get all sorts of stuff. You could live out at the golf course, and you've got some nice lady driving a beer cart around just giving you stuff. I mean, what more do you need in life than golf and somebody giving you food and water?
Do you parlay that into the one that we just did, that if you listen to the latest episode where you are the trust fund kid that just hangs out at the course all day long, or you have to hang around in the 100 to 125 as a tour pro for a while?
See, I would go with the tour pro. And I think that's the same thing that Nate just asked me with the putting question, is because competitive side of me would be like, I don't want to just be the trust fund kid and just like, being that kid at the club. Like, I want to go play. So I'd rather be like 100 to 125, as much as that would suck to just always be in that bubble. Like, it'd be pretty awesome, but it would also suck because you're better than a ton of golfers, but you're also getting killed by, a lot of other golfers. So
golfers that everybody knows. Yeah.
Yes. Like, nobody knows you. I think I saw a tweet today that there was some guy at the Tournament of Champions, and he's shopping at PGA Supershore in Hawaii for his clothes for the week, because he doesn't have a clothing sponsor. So that would be your 100 to 125 guy.
Wow.
Okay.
Unless you got a hell of a personality. Unless you got a hell of a personality, and then somebody will pick you up.
Yeah. Or you have a cool sponsor like Swannies.
Yes.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
All right. Here's one more. And I think I gave the guys some time to research this, but I'm gonna put you on the spot. And this is with all due respect, but pick a PGA Tour pro to date one of your sisters.
To date one of my sisters. Oh boy.
I had to do it with both of my sisters, and one of them was married.
Well, I'm throwing my girlfriend on the spot, but she said that Victor Hovland was cute, and that one kind of hit me a little hard.
Yeah.
So that was
that is a tough look for you guys.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not Norwegian. I don't know what you're trying to get at here.
And y'all are like the same age. That's like
she's checking him out across across the way. It's like this is nice enough.
That's like
he's
this
in
is
the top 10.
This is completely like way sidebar, but there's an episode of King of Queens where Kevin James and Leah, whatever her name is, are sitting in the bed, and they're like, who's your I guess like your one person on your list that you'd be okay if I cheated on you with, or something.
Who's your hall pass?
Who's your hall pass or whatever. So she says, whatever celebrity, and she goes, all right, well, who's yours? And she goes, your sister. And then he kisses her on her cheek and rolls over and goes to sleep. That's kind of like that.
That's funny.
That's similar.
That's funny.
And then he kisses her on the cheek and goes to sleep. I had a good one. And I just lost it. I know what it was.
Wait, he just said she's checking out Victor's.
My bad.
That's his girlfriend. We haven't gotten to his sisters yet.
Yeah. I think just because it'd be fun to have him in the family, would be Kevin Kisner, because it would just be family reunions would be hilarious. Or like Pat Perez.
It'd be great for
Perez
you.
would be a little bit out there.
Oh
It'd
boy,
be great for you. Your parents would probably hate
him
because he would show up with a dip and drunk at every single family function that there was.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
it would be phenomenal. And the stories would be great. Oh yeah, you'd have a hell of a time.
Love it. All right. So one of the scenarios we had was we wanted to create a super golf baby, a super baby.
I got this one. I figured this one out.
So you got to pick a professional golfer and then a professional athlete, and it could be guy, girl. I mean, it could be the girl, a guy golfer, a guy golfer, a girl athlete, or a girl golfer, guy athlete. So who would it be?
Can't have obstacles.
It's Nelly Korda.
I butchered that. Yes.
And Gronk.
Oh,
one we didn't think of, and that would be he would be the ultimate golf dad too, to show up at the course and cheer on his kid, and hopefully it'd be like a female too,
because be thrown out.
Yeah.
If it was an LPGA Tour player, he would be arguing with some officials over some like mixed rules or something.
But also, could you see it being like baby Gronk? But so it'd be Bryson DeChambeau, but at like 14 playing against like Charlie Woods. Like, could you imagine that?
That's true. A dominant super team.
Yeah,
she's like, isn't she like 6'1" or something? Isn't she like 6 feet 6'1"?
I was just say Gronk would like break her, but
no, she's tall. She's big.
She's an athlete.
Not big, but she's
tall. Yeah,
tall girl.
She's a sturdy gal.
Hey, and they're both good looking, and
they're both birthing hips.
Yeah,
they're both good looking.
Yes,
so the kid's gonna be handsome. The kid's gonna be handsome or pretty if it's a boy or a girl, but it would be a super golf baby.
It makes it better because now that I've seen a little bit of Nelly's personality in that PNC where she just fangirled over Tiger, that she's a little more reserved than I thought she would be. It makes it even better that you got Nelly and Gronk, because Gronk is not that laid back personality.
But you could also see Gronk like on 18 in the VIP tent, like hanging over the side, cheering on his son as he's about to make the putt to win. Like it'd be great for publicity.
Oh my God. You take him to the waste management and Gronk would just be crapping all over everybody.
Gronk would be running around that par 3. Like he'd just be going around in circles.
Just sprinting. Yeah.
16, they would have like a Gronk condo set up that
he would bring Brady and they would just be like playing catch out on the green. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. For sure.
Absolutely. All right. So that was our questions for you. You had some pretty good questions. You wanted to throw some stuff at us. So you had 3 at the bottom. Let's run through those. I had
3 at the bottom, and they were just kind of like thrown out there, random stuff that I thought of. But like the first one was, I was curious, between the 3 of y'all, who do you think has the best dad bod?
Ben. Oh, it's me.
Okay.
See, at 45, I'm dad bod all the way.
He's got saggy tits. He's perfect.
And the reason I thought of this was because
I'm pretty saggy.
I saw the picture of Harry Higgs standing on the putting green, and it was like the ideal form of the peak
ideal male form.
This is the ideal male body, ladies.
Yes. Peak male performance. Love it. I
just thought that was hilarious. So that was my first one, which I thought was pretty easy. And then the other one was, I wanted to see what you guys' take on the best music on the golf course was.
Oh man. I'm the one that I carry a speaker. I play a speaker at all times. I got one of those Bushnell speakers that you mount up, and I've gotten in trouble when we went to Pinehurst. They get mad at us because we were playing the speaker, even though you can play music. They said it was too loud. And I am usually playing 80s and early 90s rap. That's usually what I have on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that does not go over well at private clubs or at resorts.
Or anywhere except for a 9-hole where you play barefoot.
You just got to go out there to Shoal Creek and play. They'll let you do whatever. You guys have all played Shoal, right?
That was personal. That really hurt. That hurt me right in the heart.
Yeah, I will
sick, Graysen. How could you
our
do
new
that?
4th member of the Dadbod Golf Pod, Graysen Huff, joining us for another episode. He'll be back every week.
I'm under the weather, and you went right for the heart. How about that? Unbelievable.
Sorry.
Well, Kyle, I can go ahead and tell you, it is a faux pas to have music on at Shoal Creek. I can promise you that right now.
If I'm pulling out the speaker, I'm going straight to Luke Combs. Just Luke Combs radio and let it ride. Background music, but you don't want to know the song so well that when you're in your backswing, like humming "Long Neck Ice Cold Beer Never Broke My Heart."
Yeah,
because it could just really ruin a swing thought.
It sounded really personal there for a second. That song, I don't know why. Just the way you said that.
It really speaks to me. It speaks to him.
Yeah.
Kyle, before you give your answer, because I want to go back to the Shoal thing since that bothers you so bad. And it's not music related, but the very first time that I play, the guy that we're playing with, he says, here's the thing. He said, you got to keep your phone in your bag. Like you can't take your phone out. They don't want you taking pictures. They don't want you doing they definitely don't want you talking on it or texting or anything like that. We get like to the third hole and he's over there on the damn phone.
Who?
The member that I'm playing with.
You just got him kicked out.
And I was like, what are you doing? And he goes, oh, well, I'm a member. So basically it's for us plebes that we can't have the phone going. So they can do that sort of thing.
I don't know. You might have just got a membership revoked.
No, because the day that we showed up on the greatest day in the state of Alabama golf ever, whenever we played
Farm Links and Shoal Creek, we know.
And then we went to Shoal and played that afternoon. They were played so late that they didn't want the caddies carrying our bags, so we got on carts, and the caddies let me take my speaker out and put the speaker. I had to keep it low, but he let us play our speaker.
It was dangerous
that afternoon. We were literally like the only ones on the course.
Carts on Shoal Creek.
Yes,
it's amazing.
They only do it in the summers if you play after 2.
Okay, and
you have to. It has to be a special request, and you got to like let them know like 3 hours ahead of time. I didn't even know they had carts out there.
They're all convertible carts.
So that's probably why you got to let them know.
Rolls Royce.
That's probably why you got to let them know so far in advance. They probably got to go like to a warehouse and get them in order to transport them.
Order a new cart if you want to run one. All right, Kyle. Music.
Yeah. So I literally search 90s gangster rap whenever I get on there.
Okay.
Tempo, hey,
my time.
There's some good tempo. There's some good tempo music. Like it's a little bit slower. It's not fast. It's just, gets you going. I like it.
He's one of those white guys that starts singing every word of the song, and you're like, whoa.
Okay. Exactly. I go for street cred. Absolutely.
That's awesome.
All right. What was your last one?
Wait, what are you going with?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm more of like country / like 2000s hip hop country, kind of that whole just whatever. Yeah, like whatever makes it. I always say it's whatever makes me think of like middle school, but it's like just all of the whatever you hear that.
Maybe some like angsty stuff.
No.
Full Stained.
No. No, and then occasionally like 80s rock because my dad always listened to it. So we'll throw
that's
that
another
in there.
One. Yeah, that's another one.
But I mean, like if you're going down the fairway and Panama starts blaring, like it doesn't really slow you down. It kind of you just kind of go like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I listen to a lot, but I also don't listen to music as much as some people do on the course. So we had one guy on the team and he listened to Latin, like Hispanic music and stuff because he had some family members and stuff that spoke Spanish. And that was actually pretty cool to listen to on the driving range because I have no clue what they're saying, but like, the beat and kind of the rhythm and everything was kind of nice. So
like Living La Vida Loca, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
Right.
What was your last question?
The last question was I wanted to see, so you guys did the whole, you talked about like a 1 club challenge, or you guys were talking about doing maybe some videos and you're going through it. So I was thinking, okay, how could I ask this question? Because I was sitting there thinking about what I'd done and people have asked me this before, is like, what club would you pick? And then I thought, well, let's relate it down to like everybody that knows AU club can figure this out. And then I thought, okay, everybody hates number 5. So let's work on number 5.
The worst hole in golf ever.
You get 1 club and you got to play number 5. What club is it? And if you had to set a par, like it's a par 4, but if you wanted to do like a wedge and set up like a par 6, I'm going to add to it a little bit. Like if you think you can get it down in 6 shots with a wedge, So like, that's what I'm curious is like, how many shots do you think it would take you with that club that you pick?
I got
what tees are we playing?
What tees? Oh shoot.
We're gonna play the member tees. Won't play all the way back. We'll play one box up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those that don't know this course, it's a split par 4. You got a big fairway on the right, very tight landing area. If you want to cut the corner on your left, it's about 400 yards. Creek runs right through the middle of it.
Yes.
It's
if you hit a perfect drive, it's going in the creek.
And it's a wide creek, not necessarily water wise, but your ball's gone once it goes down in there.
It's diabolical.
It's
diabolical.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna hit that creek. I don't care if we're teeing off with a wedge. I'm probably sculling it and still hitting it in the creek. Like I'm gonna hit that creek probably 9 times out of 10.
I've always said if people want to design a golf course with a creek that runs right down the middle of the fairway, I'd be the straightest driver of the ball ever. Because no matter where I hit it, it ended up in that creek.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, I hit some of my best shots of my life on that hole. Yeah.
I'll aim right and it will hook in. I'll aim left and it will slice in. It's all going to the middle. It's just going right in the middle of the creek.
Yep.
There you
Every
go.
single time. When I played with Nate last time, I mean, I was like, all right, I'm aiming at the creek because there's no way I'm gonna hit the ball straight because I never hit the ball straight. And
smoked it.
Literally smoked
on
it.
String.
Best hit straight as a string. Never got off line. I was like, that's perfect. That's awesome.
I'll go first.
I got mine. Oh, go ahead first. No, you go.
So I'm gonna go 5 iron is what I'm gonna go with. Okay. So from orange, I'm gonna go 5 iron. I'm probably gonna have somewhere around, I don't know, 200.
It's about
180 to 200 in, maybe something like that. Hit another 5 iron, probably miss the green, and then just belly one up onto the green and jack a 2-putt in there for 5. That's what I say. It'll take me 5 shots, and I'm gonna go 5 iron.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna hit my 7 iron, and I'm just gonna tee it high and let it fly. And it'll be another full 7 iron into maybe, I'm thinking anywhere between 50 and 70 yards, and I feel comfortable bumping one from there with a 7 iron and rolling it up into 2-putt distance. I feel good about all those shots because the second 7 iron, there's a lot of margin for error. Like if I don't hit it that good, if I crush it, like the way I'm going to be aiming, coming across that creek, there's going to be a lot of spaces I can hit it into.
Ben,
I'm gonna go
in my driver.
No, not driver. I'm gonna go because that's the thing with it being it's right at a 400-yard hole. So I'm taking 8 iron off the tee, probably 155 over to the right, then try to hit it over there into the same 150 area over on the left side. That would be my layup. So I'm playing it like a par 5. I'm gonna lay up over there on the left side after that to have my 150 in, and then hopefully hit the middle of the green and 2-putt for a 5. That's just hopes.
I'm actually starting to think that may be how I'll play this hole from now on.
I make a lot worse than 5 a lot of times.
Oh yeah.
I was just imagining Kyle with a 5 iron left of the green, trying to figure out how to like bump and run it onto the green.
Just roll it. I mean, literally it'll roll all the way down to the bottom, and then you just 2-putt it back up.
If you're somewhere in that bowl on the left side of that green, that's actually not a horrible. That little hybrid long iron bump that kind of rolls through the ball up to the green. That's not a horrible play.
It could be, but it also could be just soaked, and then you have a 5 iron and you got to roll it through the mud, and then good luck.
Yeah.
Basically, right. You've seen the videos of like the Rickies and the JTs whenever they tee off, they will, and Justin, they will let you know like where they're going, like right off the bat, like when the ball leaves their club head. You would love playing with Kyle because Kyle is one of those that when he's hit a bad shot before you ever see where the ball's going. I have found that absolutely phenomenal. Like I think he knows on the downswing, I have screwed up. Like before he makes contact. And he starts talking to the ball before it ever hits the club face. It seems like he's on his way down and he's like, oh my God.
That's all she wrote. Okay.
Kyle was having a moment there. He just was like reminiscing on that last shot. He's like, no.
You stumped him because he's sitting there going, what would I do with a 5 iron from the left side of that green? Like
I'm still thinking about how I
bump it in. Would I try to bump it into the hill and let it release, or would I
try to fly? I would try to open it up and see. No, exactly.
What I do? Because remember they did that one club challenge at the Zozo where they did the pro-am before, and they all chose like 4 iron and 5 iron on that par 5.
Yeah,
and Hideki, I think, went in the bunker and opened up his friggin' 4-iron where it was like hitting a 63-degree wedge, and he actually got it on the green and stopped it.
Have you seen?
That's when you go, that's why those guys are pros and why nothing like that's ever going to happen in my life.
Look up videos of John Rahm chipping out of the bunker with like a 4-iron or a 5-iron.
I've seen it.
It's really impressive, but then watch the video, then take your 5-iron and go get in the bunker and try it. But just don't make sure nobody is on the other side of the green.
Yeah.
Before you start swinging at it a couple of times, but you'll look at it and you'll go, how? But it'll help you get better at bunker shot too. Just knowing how that one works.
down.
Yeah. Graysen, I got one more question for you.
Okay.
Having listened to all this content, we've only asked this really to one other person, and he was a lot different than you. Who's the funniest guy on the pod?
Oh.
Oh man.
My answer is kind of a Ben answer though. Like it's long and drawn out, and then it ends up being all three of you. So does that count?
Go ahead.
No, that counts, because then you don't make anybody upset, I guess. Because Nate takes it real personal if it's not him. Just gonna go ahead and throw that out there.
If you say in the show, anybody but me, the show has to end. Right? You say it. That's the rule.
I forget who said it on one of the episodes, but they were very much like Kyle basically is like the glue that holds this together, because
the
you two
compass
can just go this way and then Kyle's right here. And so like everybody's funny in their own ways, because if you didn't have all three of you, then who knows where we'd end up. I mean,
right.
I still can't believe I listened to that fart episode or whatever that you guys did.
And that was Kyle.
And that was me. I'm so embarrassed.
His father told him, said, I turned it off when you started making fart jokes.
My dad got so embarrassed he turned it off.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed myself. I'm not.
He had to apologize to his granny.
Yeah. No. I think that, and I think Nate has some pretty good like witty comments that he throws in there, and Ben, I don't know where you get some of your stuff from, like off in left field and just kind of like floats in, but it's perfect. And I don't know why, but I was listening to you guys like yesterday or the day before, and I feel like Kyle sounds like Jeff Foxworthy. Like if you listen to him,
me,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, you put me in the message.
Did I say Ben or
you said me? Because I told Kyle.
I think it's.
I told Kyle
it was Kyle, but maybe it was Ben. I don't know.
I told Kyle, I was like, I've been doing radio since 1997, and nobody's ever told me that. I said that threw me off a little bit.
I can kind of hear it now. If I close my eyes, I can.
Yeah, if you just close it and listen.
Have you heard his DJ? Have you heard his DJ impression?
I have not heard his DJ impression.
Ben does a pretty good DJ.
You gotta. It's one of those that can be like.
He was talking about DJ working at a grocery store instead of being a PGA Tour pro.
Oh yeah, did you
hear that episode?
I heard that episode. I remember it now. Yeah,
that was our best episode ever.
Yeah, that was the best. That was the best.
Look on Nate's face when he said that. Nate goes, "Yeah, that was just our best episode ever."
That was.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
So we've had fun, but like we forget this guy is a tour pro. So you have a season coming up. We want to hear all about it. Tell us when you head out, how that tour works compared to some of the others. What are the next steps, things like that, and just give us the rundown on Graysen Huff and the future, I guess, this year, 2022.
Yeah, no. So you guys have been very fortunate, because you guys have through the shows you've had a few different guys that are in completely different walks in professional golf, but like we're not that far off from each other, but we're all like completely different, stratospheres of like what we're doing,
right?
And so I was fortunate enough to qualify for the Latin America Tour this year, which was either Ben or Kyle. One of you guys said that you were talking about who would want to go down to Argentina or wherever, and I was laughing because I was like, I was just there. But
asshole.
That was a prison. I think we met an Argentinian prison joke.
It was a prison. Yeah. So you were just in Argentinian prison?
No.
It's when we were talking about what's his name going. Yeah, with Angel going to art. It was like, if you really want to know you screwed up, go to Argentinian prison. So we were like, that's where we got that from.
But yeah, so I played down there in December in Argentina and Chile, and then I'm going to Mexico in February, and that will start up kind of our season until the end of June, and we'll go back to Argentina, Colombia, Peru, Brazil, and Mexico again, and then like I played today. I'm playing in a mini tour in Florida right now, so. We played today, and tomorrow is like a little 2-day mini event. So I'll have a couple of those spread in there.
Nice.
And then some Monday qualifiers for Corn Ferry and whatnot coming up as well. And it's basically just and probably even like Canada Q School, which will just opened up. So I'll probably end up playing in that. But, Kozan has done awesome because he's gotten himself starts and he's getting to play at the beginning of the season. So, plays a lot of blackjack, plays really good, and continues what he's doing. He'll be able to take that status and just continue to build on it. And, hopefully by the end of the year, he's high enough in the money list where he gets to go to the finals and do all of his stuff and gets to play for his tour card. And, and then you got Blaine right there kind of in that spot. And another guy, teammate of mine, Trace, is kind of right there too. And then I'm like on paper, one step below them because I can't make it to the PGA Tour like straight through a season this year. I would have to like Monday qualify and then do the whole like Will Zalatoris
right.
Or kind
of just snowball it.
Yeah. Yep. And so, but what I can do with my status is if I finish high enough on the money list in Latin, then I get exempt in the Corn Ferry next year.
Yes.
And then I would be in Corn Ferry and then, just keep snowballing on that. And so that's kind of where we're all at in a brief kind of easy way to kind of think about it.
Yeah. So how do you handle the caddy situation down there?
Charades. We just play charades the whole time,
Yeah.
Pelota is ball, you go, did it go over the green? You just, you're just throwing stuff around.
Is it all local guys? How does that work?
Yeah, it's all local guys. So, it's actually a rough life to be a caddy down there on Latin America because I think in the last 6 months we've had 3 caddies die, which is crazy. Yeah. But basically we go to tournaments and they bring in local guys that are just around that area or from that area, and they carry the bag and go for us. There's a few caddies that travel down there, but not a lot. I mean, they don't. The tour tells us that we're supposed to pay them around $40 or $50 like a day, plus tip. So whatever we want to add to it. But I mean, we're winners in Latin America make $2,500 or $25,000. Like we're not, it's a good chunk of change, but if you finish 20th, you might make $2,000, and that doesn't cover, I mean,
your travel and all.
Yeah, flights down there are almost $1,000, and so like just one way. So it's tough. I mean, I'm going. It sounds nice. I'm flying to Mexico and we're staying at a resort with the golf course on everything, but I'm staying with 2 other guys in a 3-bedroom condo because we're trying to cut as much cost as possible.
Yes.
And we're going to find the cheapest flights. One of the guys wanted to fly to Tijuana and fly out of Tijuana because he found flights that were like $80 from Tijuana.
There's a reason.
They are. Yeah. You're on there with goats and chickens too.
And your your golf clubs go to Mexico City and you go to wherever you're going. So,
oh boy.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's whatever. There's a bunch of guys that flew to Colombia last year from Miami to Bogota on a Spirit flight. And I was like, not getting on that flight.
That's the small plane. That's the small.
I don't know what it was, but it was cheap, but it was not worth my life to get on that Spirit flight. I will tell you that right now. So
That's
the
amazing.
one where you see the
Smuggling
videos
plane.
that go viral that like nobody ever buckles their seatbelt and they go crazy and they like have fights on the plane on the way in the Spirit flights. Like you do not want to fly that.
You're sitting there in the plane and the chicken walks down the aisle right past you.
Yeah. That's amazing. So like literally this tour is from Mexico all the way down to like Chile and Peru and that
Argentina. I mean, I was in Buenos Aires, and it was a 9-hour flight from Dallas to Buenos Aires. People don't realize how far down it is. I mean, it's crazy.
That's
but
amazing.
It's really cool. I mean, you get to experience incredible stuff. I mean, I had dinner one night down there. I had a New York strip steak, French fries, a bottle of water, a bottle of wine, and like a little salad, and it was $7 total.
Oh, man. How did you feel the next morning?
Oh, it's incredible.
Phenomenal. Oh,
this was after the cut, and I had the weekend off, so I was splurging a little bit, you know.
There you go.
Just a little bit, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Full $7.
Yeah, full $7. I think McDonald's here is like breakfast is like 10. So
you can't even get a Big Mac combo for $7.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Or that 4 for $5 deal or whatever the thing is. What restaurant is that?
Wendy's 4 for $4.
Yeah.
Wendy's 4 for $4. Big value menu guy. Guys, this has been Graysen, dude. This has been awesome. You're by far. We may have to retrack and re-give out the best listener award because you went back and you did your homework. We really appreciate this. We wish you the best of luck. We're going to bug you constantly for updates so we can give updates to all the listeners throughout the season. And just let us know when you do those Monday qualifiers, things like that. And we'll be your biggest fans. So we really appreciate it. And be careful. When do you leave out?
I'm flying down as of right now to Mexico middle of February. So
middle of February.
I got a little bit of time.
We got about a month, a little over a month to grind it out in South Florida. Is that where you are? You said you are
right now, just kind of Florida area. I'll be basically the entire state, just traveling around. So I'm staying at my aunt's house right now and living out of my back of my car, basically. You know,
nice.
This is the tour life. The glamorous tour life is when you get to have somebody travel for you and you just fly net jets everywhere.
Yes.
Yet we haven't made enough birdies for that yet. So
they're coming.
I'm on the discount.
We're damn sure getting close.
I'm on the discount tour life right now.
There you go.
I love it.
There you go, dude. We appreciate it again. And y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you back on Monday. It's the Dad Bod Golf Pod, and we're always
stroking.